are the gatekeepers to committed relationships, and women are the gatekeepers to sex.
What does that mean? Like, genuinely, what does that mean? Like, the idea of men being the gatekeepers of relationships. What does that mean? I mean, at least with the whole women being the gatekeepers of sex, you kind of had an argument there on the surface. But then once you actually thought about it, you realize that that argument really just kind of falls apart when you consider the fact that sex is something that has to be done by at least two people that agree to partake in the act. And thus, if you need at least two people in order for that thing to work or in order for that thing to happen, you can't exactly, no person can gatekeep that, really. But then there's this narrative that men are the gatekeepers of relationships. Again, what does that mean? Because like with sex, again, you need at least two people in order for that thing to happen. So how is it that men can gatekeep relationships? Like, if you're an actual adult human being and you've actually been on the world and you've actually like dated, you would know that men controlling the access to or gatekeeping relationships is just completely ludicrous. If you say that it's because of the fact that men are the ones who are supposed to pursue and do all that stuff, I can almost guarantee you the majority of people that believe this narrative cannot tell when they are being pursued by a woman. Like, a lot of you cannot tell when women are dropping social cues that are telling you that either she is A, pursuing you, or B, would not mind if you were to try to pursue her. I say this as a person that has been pursued by multiple women in his lifetime. Also, let's be real, the only people that believe or parrot the idea that women are gatekeeping sex are people that literally just cannot get any. This sort of narrative is incredibly dangerous because it's literally what manufactures incels. Because incels are the types of people that are going to believe that if they take a woman out and if they, pay for the date and everything, that then she is supposed to, via this transaction, because they're often transactional thinkers, she is supposed to then put out at the end of the night. And then when she doesn't, due to multiple reasons that in many cases probably don't have anything to do with him, then they get angry and they start making up narratives like, oh, it's because I'm not Tyrone or I'm not Chad. Fully denying and erasing the fact that she is a human being capable of making her own decisions. And in many cases do not have to revolve around him.
Woman is designed to receive. You give her your time, she makes you feel loved. You give her a house, she makes it a home.
And that right there is a problem with the manosphere. Men's liberation and men's happiness defined by women's subjugation and women's lack of agency. In what he said, he just made it as though women are supposed to just by default be stay-at-home mothers and wives for their husbands. I'm not even going to focus on the people that don't want to do that. I want to talk about the people that in many cases do want to do that. Content like this completely ignores the fact that in many cases, people who even want to do that can't afford to do it. Listening to men like that is going to lead to you being alone.